everyone, it's Tante Heidi. I sure hope that you are doing well today. Today is Sunday, June the 7th. And because they're my kids, I get to embarrass them. Happy birthday to Olivia and Marky. Yep, my kids share the same birthday. That is pretty cool. I know that there have been a lot of birthdays that have happened since we last saw each other, and there's a whole slew more coming in summer. So a happy late birthday to all of you, as well as a happy early birthday to the ones that are coming. I really hope that your time together with your family is going well and that you're able to celebrate in different and unique ways. You're so close to being done with school. We are in the final few weeks. Congratulations to your caregivers as well as to you for doing the work that you're able to do. You did it. You got a little bit more to push, and then you're summer holidays. Well-deserved summer holidays, I might add. Anyways, I hope that each of you are doing well. Thank you for spending this time together with me. We've got a great lesson today speaking about kindness. Before we start, though, with the Bible study, we have some riddles that we've got to give answers to. I had someone ask me for the answer early. I'm not giving any answers early. That's why you got to tune in each week. The first riddle was, what gets wetter when it dries? A towel. And the other riddle was, what has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. Get it? Not flies, but zzz, flies. I really like that one. I have a joke today from Odin. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. And then I have a lovely statement from Miss Jolene. Jesus is the solid rock. All others are shamrocks. I hope that those brought a smile to your face. I have a riddle for next week. What has 88 keys but cannot open a single door? And I have the last one for you this week. 3 men were in a boat. They all fell overboard, but only 2 got their hair wet. Why? Think about it, and I'll give the answer to you next Sunday. As mentioned earlier, today our Bible study is about kindness. This is one of the fruit of the Spirit that we were talking about when I read the whole list earlier on. And today we're going to be focusing on this one. It's a really, really great one for us to all work on. When we're speaking about kindness, there's a story in the Bible that came to mind, and I'd like to read it to you now. It's found in the book of Mark. This is in chapter 10, verses 13 to 16. To give you a bit of background, Jesus has been making quite an impact now to the people in the areas that he's meeting. So much so that caregivers and parents are wanting to bring their children close to Jesus just so he would even just touch them. They know there's something really powerful about him. They know there's something super unique about Jesus. And they want their children to experience this because they know it's never going to happen again. And so this is a background to the story that I'm going to read to you now. People were bringing little children to Jesus to have him touch them, but the disciples rebuked them. When Jesus saw this, he was indignant. He said to them, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these. I tell you the truth, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it." And he took the children in his arms, put his hands on them, and blessed them. There's 2 words in this passage that are words that we don't really use that often anymore. And the first is the word indignant. Nope, the first word is rebuked. The rebuked word is kind of like they are like angry at the parents. They're kind of like, are you kidding me? Who do you like? go away. Like, they really scolded them. They really gave it to them. Like, come on, Jesus is too important for your little kids. Just leave him. So that's the word rebuked. So that's what the disciples did to the parents. Jesus witnesses all of this. And the other word is this word indignant. And he says to them, when Jesus saw this, he was indignant. And he said, let the little children come to me. And the definition of the word indignant is like, he's really bothered by what the disciples have done. He's actually almost angry at them, like, whoa, what are you doing? This is my ministry. I know what I'm doing, and I want these kids here. And he gives a beautiful lesson. It's short, but it's a beautiful lesson about having this childlike faith, just to simply believe. And at the end, he takes the children in his arms, and he puts his hands on them, and he blesses them. I want to show you something. This here, that's a little shiny. There we go. Is a plate. Doesn't look like very much of a plate to you. Maybe it's just kind of like white. It's got some pretty flowers on it. But this plate has a lot of special meaning to me. This plate was owned by my mom's mom, my Oma. And when she had moved away from her home and to an apartment and then to an old folks' home, she couldn't keep her special dishes. And these dishes were very special, and we had some great memories with them. When we used to get together as a huge family for lunch, these were the special dishes that we were able to eat off of. And when she was no longer able to hold them because she didn't have the room, I was very, very thankful that she gifted them to me. But these dishes are very precious. You can't buy them anymore. They're very old. In fact, I'm almost scared to use this dish. And so it sits in a careful place, actually in that thing over there. And it's all protected from the sunlight. The kids can't by accidentally bump into it because it's valuable to me. And if it breaks, it's gone. I can't fix it anymore. Well, why am I talking about an old plate? Well, as much as I protect this plate because it's valuable, Jesus is showing the disciples that the children that are there are really valuable to him. He doesn't just honor what the parents want. The parents just want Jesus to like touch them, just to like say, do you see my child here? Jesus gives us more than what we think we can ask for. Isn't that amazing? The parents are saying, here, like just see if you can just touch him. He's really special. We're never going to see someone like him again. And Jesus doesn't just let them touch his cloak. The last verse says, and he took the children in his arms, put his hands on them, and blessed them. Now, today's theme is talking about kindness. Have you ever had your feelings hurt? Have you ever been spoken to where you're like, whoa, that really hurt my feelings? Well, that's kind of like what the disciples did to the parents. The word that they used was rebuked. They're like, excuse me, can you stop this, please? Jesus is too busy for your kids. Do you think that was kindness? Do you think that those parents felt that they were being kindly spoken to? Yeah, for sure not. For sure not. The disciples thought they were doing something fine, but Jesus observed this, and he actually kept them in line and said, that's not kind. That's not who I am. Jesus is full of kindness all the time. Whenever he spoke to people, he would pay attention to what their needs were. He would listen to them. He was speaking with such kindness to them. Once he was able to kind of shape the disciples into thinking about these children differently, he proved the point, and he enveloped these kids and had them sitting on his lap, and he blessed them. Jesus gave these kids more than what the parents hoped for. He was so kind to those parents. He could have been like, yeah, I'm really tired, and there's adults here that still haven't gotten this message, and I really need to spend time with them. But he was kind, not only to the parents, but extra kind to the kids. So when we're talking about kindness here, sometimes we need help to be kind. The disciples needed help to learn how to be kind. They reacted, and they didn't react in the way that God wanted them to. And so Jesus told them, hey, that's not cool. That's not what I'm doing here. And so when you're finding it hard to be kind to those around you, just take note that the disciples also needed to learn that lesson. I need to learn that lesson. We all need to learn that lesson. So when we're talking about kindness this week, whenever you're finding it hard to be kind to those around you, pray and ask for God to give you that extra strength to be kind to someone that maybe it's hard to be kind to. This world needs a whole lot of kindness. And it starts when you and I each take a moment to show kindness to those around us. Even like the disciples thought, these guys are just bothering Jesus. Just stop, leave them alone. And Jesus is saying, no, it's important to show kindness to those around us. So today, I want you to think about that. And in the week coming up, perhaps you can find a moment to be kind, even extra kind to those around you. Thank you so much for spending this time together with me. I miss you guys and wish you a very wonderful week. Take care.